Hey, I want to welcome all of you to our Thursday night UFT call. You know, we got some exciting things going on this whole month. This summit is right around the corner. We look forward to seeing you guys in 21 days, man. It is going to be exciting. We got some great things happening with the project. We got rank advancements. We got brand new coaches that have come on board. If you had a chance to look at the new site, the new training, the platform is absolutely amazing. We are moving this whole project in the right direction, and we have some great things happening. So, you know, one of the things that we always talk about is surrounding yourself with people who are successful, who have gifts and talents that you might not have, that can bring up an entire group. And, you know, that's one of the reasons that this, you know, our relationship with Randy Strum has prospered, because, you know what, he has gifts and talents that a lot of people don't have. And he's been able to be very successful in what he does, and that's why we brought him to our team. And he is going to give us an update of what's going on with the project, you know, what he sees from the industry, you know, where he's from. And I wanted him to be on our call today, because who better to talk about what is happening, because you guys see me and Bart all the time. We said, hey, let's bring on Mr. Randy Schrum to bring it to give you all the information. So without further ado, Randy, can you give an update of what's going on with the project and what you're seeing as this thing grows?
Absolutely, and right now, just a little quick disclaimer: I am traveling as we're doing this, and so I actually need to sign for something really quick. So Bart, if you would just give me 1 second.
Let's see, buddy. He's getting dinner, Pete. What the heck, you know? Hey, by the way, Pete, what we call he has a particular set of what he has a special set of skills, right? Isn't that what they say? What the guy says? What is that? Ian. What is that? Oh, Taken. He has a special set of skills.
Right. Yeah. No, you know what? When you know, you become successful at harnessing and crafting those skills, that is what allows you to be very successful in whatever you do. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, he has such great skills. We actually see he has 2 cameras on him tonight. So, but anyway, I've had it's been actually pretty cool. I spent the last few days with Randy, you know, going over the projects, going over some statistics, and it's been pretty cool, some of the things that we've been seeing, because of course, you know, we officially relaunched everything back, I think it was around May 4th, and that's when we really started kind of tracking the metrics on a lot of the strategies we're doing. I think it might have been maybe a couple of weeks before that, and then I started. We actually spent quite a bit of money, guys, on some of the tracking methods and some of the statistics and the ways we track the trends and how we do the research and the articles and things like that. So this is stuff that we pay a particular attention to. I track this daily. I mean, we know exactly what people are searching in keywords, the keyword phrases. We know what's driving traffic. We know where they're coming from. But anyway, and then I just get all that to Randy in a report, and he says, okay, okay, go ahead, Randy. I'll let you take it from there.
Oh, absolutely. And sorry I had to jump off there for just a second, but yeah, just trying to squeeze everything in. And so where are we at with the project? So with the project, we've been scaling up, and the traffic to the blog, to the website, is just been increasing day after day, week after week, and now it's month after month, and it's compounding. And we're averaging right now. Where are we at right now per day, Bart, on traffic?
We're about 900 brand new visitors per day, Randy. And right now we're in the U.S. We're at we rank 87,000 in traffic in the U.S. and that's out of 640 million websites. And we keep on moving up every day, U.S. rank and also in the global rank as well. So I think I showed you the percentages. I mean, we're in the top like 0.1%. And out of all the sites in the U.S. and the world.
We're in the top 13% actually is where we're at. And one of the things that I wanted to highlight with everyone in the project is that notice what we said is that it's 900 organic original visitors, meaning this is on top of the result of the typical people who are clicking onto the site, because you've already referred visitors, you've already sent visitors there, and every time you hit it, we're not talking about you, we're talking about organic, brand new visitors. And so the search engines, Google is really starting to pick up the site, Yahoo, Bing, the organic keyword search results are just going through the roof for the website. So what does that equate to? Well, that equates to more leads are starting to hit into the rotator, and as we compound that now, we're just going to see more people opting in and more people. So now that we're at this point and we are dividing up the days of when we share the content, now we can really hone in on just getting better opt-in rates on the pop-ups, the banners, tweaking the banners, all of that. But there's no sense of going back in and measuring those banners as far as the analytics until we had sustainable traffic. And not only do we have sustainable, we have long-term, organic, sustainable traffic. That's big. And that's what every website owner wants. That's what everyone in the home business world wants. And so this thing will just only continue to climb. So for those of you that have stuck, well, you're going to be rewarded for that. And it's all because of doing these simple tasks. And so those that haven't done the task, well, I think that those people are just being removed as they're not doing them. So the reason why we separated the days and we're putting 4 different blocks is because we want everything to look as natural and organic to Google and the search engines as possible. And so as we continue to grow, we're wanting to be even better stewards of the project and making sure that we're spreading this out. So everything is working together really well, and so now over the next couple of weeks, next couple of months, where we're going to dial in is you guys continue to do your part. We're going to dial in to increase the lead opt-in rate off of the banners, off of the pop-ups. So that's where we're at. And so now that we've got sustainable traffic, we're just going to focus in on the conversions and increase the conversions. So now it's just a matter of time for everybody to continue to see opt-ins coming into your funnel. We're seeing people report that. We see that quite often where people are reporting that. Some people raise their hand and want to jump in and say, oh, I didn't get any, I didn't get any. Well, not everybody's going to get them. You know, we're not going to have 100% conversion every time it rotates through. That's just not possible. So that's what we're going to be working on, is just getting our opt-in rates higher. So with that being said, everything's moving along really well with that. And a couple of other things that I'll bring up too along with the project is now my team is going to get heavily involved and start doing some things personally that are going to start putting numbers on the board as well. So we haven't done that up to this point, but you're about to see that happen. And so this is going to get very exciting for everybody in this project, and I can't wait.
Hey Randy, quick question. I know there's people out there that sometimes they don't realize how big this project is, and for them to go out there and try to recreate or hire an SEO company to do what we're doing on their own. I mean, if somebody came to you just out of the world, just said, hey, Randy, can you please, build me something real quick, based on your previous your expertise, what would it cost an individual just to do SEO for 3 months? Because it's constant over and over, where I want our coaches to understand that this is built for them. All they have to do is participate and share articles and just do the work, because everything's already laid out.
Yeah, so I'll give everyone a really good, clear understanding of what something like this costs. So if it was just the SEO and what we're doing with this SEO project, I wouldn't charge less than $20,000 a month. Now, that being said, everything that's been done in this project, this has been about $200,000 worth of work. And I'll take a step back. Right now, and this kind of actually is the reason why I've been pretty quiet behind the scenes, is we have another client right now, and you understand this, UFT, Beachbody, you're not a client. I'm in this for the long haul. But what I'm saying is I've got another client right now, and we're generating 1,200 leads a day for their project. 1,200 leads, opt-ins a day, and it's costing them around $11,000, $12,000 a week with us, and it's actually the only reason why it fluctuates is because it's based off the number of leads that we bring in every single day. But my point is, that's a 40 grand, over $40,000 a month client, and you guys are getting all of that for zero cost. Now, I will be completely transparent. I didn't do all this work for free, and Pete and Sue actually came up to the table and actually covered a lot of the hard costs, and they paid a pretty penny for that too. And I didn't discuss that with Pete or Bart to even have permission to even say that just now, but they did. And because this wasn't free stuff. There was a lot of work that went on behind the scenes to get to where we are now, and it's pretty exciting. So
awesome. Thanks for sharing that, because we want people to understand that we're looking out for the whole team, and we can help a lot of people become very successful. So thanks for sharing that.
Yeah. Another thing I wanted to bring up, yeah, just like Randy said, the traffic that we're generating, this is from the strategies that he actually disclosed to everybody. I mean, a lot of the stuff that he disclosed, a lot of things that we don't talk about, a lot of the back end stuff that we do. But what Randy was talking about the leads and the traffic they get. I've had the fortune to work with Randy for quite a few years, and a lot of when people come in and have him work on these projects for him, a lot of the traffic they generate, it's a lot of it's paid traffic. And Randy, to say the least, I mean, we basically have had, gosh, I guess it's been almost 3 months since we really had the blog dialed in, and really technically less than 2 months we've had it dialed in where people were sharing, and we started putting the strategies in place. And then now we've been trying to kind of tweak with some of the banners and some of the ads, just kind of fine-tuning things. But we're at almost 30,000 live brand new visitors per month. I mean, tell people, I mean, you already hit it, but I mean, a blog that's really less than 3 months old to be generating 30,000, the traffic 30,000 a month without paying one single nickel in traffic. I mean, tell them the significance of that right there. That's what people really don't realize, and also the difference between traffic and getting leads. And a lot of people say, well, I'm getting all this traffic, but I don't have leads. So hopefully I didn't throw too much at you there.
no, I mean, here's the thing. No one here is being asked to participate in what I would call a co-op, where you pay money just to be a part of the project and start getting traffic to your squeeze pages. In this case, think about the math in this industry. 30,000 visits a month. I'm not going to Pete now. We did all the groundwork, gave away the proprietary information, and here it is at 30,000 views a month. Pete is not paying now because he paid for all the build out. That would normally, if I was delivering that or someone else was delivering that, that'd be about $30,000 a month they would charge just to get 30,000 visits a month, organic, targeted, laser targeted visitors a month. And that's what's happening, and that no one's paying for that. You guys aren't paying for that. And Pete was smart enough with him and Sue to invest on the front end on technology and some things that our team did behind the scenes. And so it's a big deal. And it's a really big deal because of something that I strongly am passionate about, and that is, especially in our industry, is how do you create long-term sustainable leads? And that's something you should be asking yourself, and not being reliant on Pete and Sue or Bart or anybody else in UFT. But in our industry, is one of the things that I encourage people that work with me is be the leader. Be an entrepreneur and don't be employee-minded. And you need to, a lot of people are good at saying sharpening your axe on personal development. Well, I'm actually pretty passionate about, if you're a business owner and you're an entrepreneur and you're in the network marketing industry, it doesn't make any sense not to be sharpening your axe on understanding marketing, because you're at the mercy of the salesman who would be selling you marketing services. So if you're investing any type of hard-earned money out there in marketing channels and you're not educated enough to know if the salesman is blowing smoke or not, that doesn't make any sense. We're in the home business world, and we all should be sharpening our axe and learning these things a little bit. And so I don't know why I actually digressed on that, but maybe it's because someone needed to hear it. But the point is that that's something that we as business owners, entrepreneurs in the network marketing industry, most of us completely neglect. Most of us are never told the hard facts of, hey, you need to get better at talking to people and prospecting and all of those things, but also just having a better understanding of marketing, at least so you don't get taken advantage of, right? Or at least maybe you could do a couple things too. And so those are things that I think we all should be doing at some level. Now, I actually do it at a whole different level, but here's my point, and you can write this down. Show me someone that can generate leads, and I will show you someone who can produce income for life. It's just that simple. And so then it just comes down to picking your niche. And we've got the perfect niche. We've got the perfect company. We've got the perfect opportunity right here.
Awesome. Well, I know we've covered a lot of information, guys, and Bart, was there anything else that you want to cover before we?
Yeah, there actually is, and this is something I covered in the training videos. Randy was gracious enough to allow us to put the social media 101. Randy, there's a lot of people who really gravitated and paid attention to what you said within our back in November, but also with social media 101 and the importance of building an extremely strong not only profile on each of your social media platforms, but also developing a profile and building out your profile, and that includes building your contact sphere on that, but also the fact that how important it is to really take your time and take it seriously when you're sharing these articles on these profiles, because you could, I was going to say something else, but you can halfway it. Okay, I mean, you can just say, okay, well, I'll just do this just to be in the lead rotator. If you really take the time and you develop your social media profile, you develop that contact sphere, and you put some thought in it, when you do that, it's basically letting people know this is what you're passionate about, and you're going to attract other people that are passionate about it, and you need to pay it. And it's so critical, and I see so many people just skipping this. I mean, it's just so irritating to have all this handed to you in a silver platter and people not taking advantage of this or not taking it seriously. Also, I can say, Randy, I mean, the significance of social media 101, you really go into detail on how to grow your different groups, and you do such a great job of it. I just wanted to touch on that before we go, because there's a lot of people that are taking advantage of it, and we know who they are. So go ahead, Randy.
No, I guess what that would be is don't treat your social media activities as busy work, and practice discernment with it as if it was a prospect sitting across the table, and you were listening to what they said and what they didn't say, and you were watching their behaviors, and so it's all about timing. It's all about making sure you don't just make a short statement, but maybe put a little bit of thought into it, and maybe even model what some of your peers are doing based off the level of engagement of the posts they put out there. Meaning, if you see a post out there of one of your peers or competitors that's pretty viral, meaning it's got a lot of likes, comments, and shares, you may want to model that. Now, if they put something out there that doesn't have a lot of likes, comments, and shares, you probably don't want to model that. So.
And that's with your own. That's also with your own post. So if you're posting something and you absolutely get no response, yet might be a good idea to rethink your strategy on that. Is that also a good observation, Randy?
Absolutely.
Okay. Pete, sorry, buddy. I just wanted to. I know it's so nice to have Randy on the phone, and I know we're going to be hearing from Randy in the very near future too. But go ahead, Pete. What else do you have, buddy? Guys,
no, you know what? We just want to thank all you guys for your patience. For those of you that have stuck and are engaged in the project, this is why we wanted you to be a part of this, because you're the ones that we want to help you succeed in this business and also in life. We can't get to where we want to be unless we help other people, and that's what we want to do for everybody. So I look forward to seeing all you guys at Summit. It's coming right down the corner. Day 2 of 21-day reset. Bart's a bad influence. He keeps trying to get me to go eat. So, guys,
You are incorrect.
give him some junk. So, with that, guys, we'll see you guys next week, and we'll talk to you guys later. Goodbye, everybody.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Randy.